This is this CHN podcast, host conversations without barriers. I'm Elijah Sharif, the content writer for MyCHN.
Hello, and I am Darlene with the Outreach Department, and this is Miriam, also with Outreach.
Hi all, I'm Olga. I'm the web developer with CHN as well.
So Valentine's Day is coming up. It's February. It's about that time of year that makes everybody's stomach churn. There's a lot of pressure for a lot of people that they may feel to be with someone or to be around people or to have that pressure that we probably were all indoctrinated your school with the Valentine's Day candies. But we're going to be talking about how to be alone and enjoy it on Valentine's Day. Um, there's a lot of fear. I think we could probably agree on that. There's a good amount of fear about being alone. There are various reasons that people might fear. I think one of the main reasons are the social stigmas associated with it. Another thing, at least from my experience, that probably stemmed from middle school. You know what I mean? Just you don't want to be the odd one out.
Yeah.
So, in your experience, Miriam, what do you think would be um, what kind of fears have you come across of being alone in your life?
So I think for me, school, like you said, you start off in school and you just kind of, I don't know if y'all remember this or y'all had it in your school, in elementary, but they used to sell carnations, like the flowers. And you could buy and you would give it to whoever you would buy it. And on Valentine's Day, they would distribute them out, right? I think that was my biggest fear of never getting one, whether was it from a friend or from like a crush. Like that was the hardest thing. Right? I see you laughing, Elijah, but it's so true. Like they put this and you don't get it. Like a lot of people just don't. You just like if you're, everybody else has like that carnation, that flower, and then there's lonely you not getting one, right? So I think that had a lot of pressure. I'm not going to say that I didn't or did not buy myself one in school, but growing up, I think, as I grew older, I understood it's not about that. I have kids now, so I see love in a whole different, perspective, friendships as well, I see it in a whole, it's not one day. Caring about somebody is not giving them a flower or showing it off to everybody just that one day. So that's my thought on that.
But the question here is, did you end up getting one? Yes or no?
I did.
Besides from yourself.
No, I did. So I had really good friends in school.
Yay.
Yeah. So I actually got along with a lot of people in school. I can't say I was popular, but I definitely did have a lot of friends. And we all just kind of gave each other a little carnation. But I hated,
I love that.
even think that what if I didn't get one?
Yeah.
You always have it like in the back of the mind,
Yeah.
like, oh,
What if no one likes me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so definitely that comes from the childhood and from school. We have that kind of pressure onto kids, I believe. And then later on in life, it's kind of stays because then if you're single, you kind of feel pressure. Everybody's, enjoying their Valentines. You see the social media, definitely, all the dates, the flowers, and then that can definitely put some pressure. Like, should I be in relationship? Should I, do all these things? Especially like for me being single now, I do find that a little intimidating.
I'll take you to a fancy dinner.
Oh,
Yes. But then again, you have to think that relationships can't be rushed either, right? So you definitely can just go ahead and take this time of singleness to yourself and just, find all of the great things that you love to do, and then hopefully hope to share that with, your significant other one day.
absolutely, yes.
And so since you're single, or Elijah, what do you do? Like, how do you prepare that, like, mentally?
Being single on Valentine's Day. Much like what you were saying, that it's much more. It's about more than like a gift or a day.
Yeah.
It's more about that kind of love for that person if you're with someone, or love for yourself. Really, honestly, I used to growing up, holidays were weird. My mom wasn't super into them, but she used to always say, like, when holidays would come around, oh, this holiday is every day. So like Mother's Day, well, Mother's Day is every day. So you should kind of have that, where you can have that kind of love for your partner every day, or love for yourself, um, if you're by yourself. And that kind of brings us to our next thing. How to love being alone. It sounds really bad because you always hear, oh, you don't want to die alone. But there's a lot of positives that can come with spending time by yourself for extended amounts of time. It's
Yeah.
been shown to boost creativity, productivity as well, and getting in touch with yourself. So, with that being said, I think I'll ask Olga, what, in your experience, what benefits have you been able to see from spending time with yourself?
Yes, so I definitely I've been single for a long time, so I have used to spending time by myself, and I actually do enjoy that. I try to do different things, treat myself, go for a walk, spend time with my pet, um, you know, anything I can do to make myself entertained, that helps. And I tried some yoga meditation, so that kind of helps as well. Just trying to connect with yourself, realize and learn more about yourself, and I believe that would help me build stronger relationship later when I find that significant other.
Really quickly, so what, and you don't have to say the most personal thing, you have to answer this question, but what is one thing that you have learned about yourself in your time being alone? What would you say is the most important thing that you've learned about yourself?
I think I learned to appreciate myself more and value myself more. So honestly, like I'm not trying to um, please other people as much anymore. So I'm just mostly trying to do what I think is better for me, and I put myself first more. So I think that's the most benefit I got from that. What about you guys? I know, Darlene, you're single as well.
You touched on a great point. You've been very comfortable being by yourself, and that brings me to another point of balance. Too much of anything is not good. I mean, you can drink too much water. It's unbelievable. So, what are kind of the pitfalls of spending too much time by yourself? Has anyone experienced that, to maybe where you just get, because I know I've kind of experienced where I've been living on my own for quite some time
Yes.
now. And then it's like you have to, maybe it's like extended family, you kind of have to like do the
Mhm.
compromising situation. And for some of like our older viewers, that might be kind of, you've been married, you might be used to that, but
Yeah.
as a relative, you're younger, and you've been by yourself, you have to get used to thinking of other people. So what are some of the pitfalls? Miriam, I know you have children, so how was that for you trying to put that balance?
So I'm also single, but as a mother, I think getting comfortable. So you brought up like what is one thing that you learned within being single and having all of that. So I think me personally, I've learned to love myself and be happy with myself and not depend on anybody else for happiness. But with that being said, like I think I'm way too comfortable being by myself because I get up and get my kids ready and we go to the park. Also dating is really hard for me because I don't want guys people, in and out of my kids' life. So that's really hard. And I've gotten really, really comfortable in that sense of I'd rather be by myself. My all my attention, all my time goes to my kids, to my work. And so I think that's one of the biggest pitfalls that you get to this point when they're older. And I am so comfortable being by myself. And so now they have their own lives, they have their own friends. And what do I do now? Now I'm sitting at a lonely home. And I think that has like a point where I'm going to be like, wait,
That's going to impact you like in the long run.
yeah, there you go. In the long run, it's going to be
That
like,
makes me sad. I'll be there.
no, but I love it. Like I think I love I have, all the times that I don't have them, they go to dad's. It's like my lonely time, or I call a friend, hey, let's go out to eat, let's go out to that. But I don't have like a relationship that I have to put time into, that I have to put efforts into, that I have to make that, okay, I'm off this weekend and I don't have my boys. I just want to sit at home and watch TV, I don't know, and or do something else. And if I'm in a relationship, I can't do that. I have to think about the other person.
Yes.
So it's just a lot of unanswered questions that I do have.
I feel like when you get so comfortable being single, thinking about someone else's feelings just becomes so stressful. Does anyone else feel that way?
That's how I
Or
feel.
is it just me?
No, I feel that way 100%.
Absolutely, I can relate. Relationship and dating require a lot of energy and time. So that's why when you're single, you experience that, oh, you have so much time to do what you like. It's hard to get back into a relationship, and because you have to, value other person's wishes, and it's not only about you anymore. So definitely that can put some pressure as well.
Let's not even get on the subject of how you can put all that effort into a relationship and it doesn't work out. It goes for nothing. I'm
What
just kidding.
about you, Elijah?
As for what?
So how do you feel in your singleness, and how comfortable are you with it?
It's kind of the same boat as you guys. It's kind of like the balance. It can be very tough, especially as a younger person, getting used to spending time by yourself. When you're used to being around people, groups of friends.
Definitely. I think that there should be that balance where you're comfortable with yourself, you know how to spend time with yourself, but also you should be able to kind of switch, and because spending too much time on your own, well, it has its downfalls. I don't know. For me, I think because now I work from home and I spend a lot of time at home by myself. So for me, when I go out, into the public, it can feel a little bit like social pressure. I don't know if you guys had that, but my first time, like if I would spend like a week at home and then I would have to go out to a party or something, I feel a little bit uncomfortable. I don't know if you guys have that.
That's a balancing act, being social and balancing your time by yourself, especially as us being relatively younger, being millennial, and we've always had that option to pull out your phone and just opt out of an interaction. So that kind of leads us to our next thing. I think this will be the final one. What are some of the things that you guys like to do? I know we talk about maybe you look online, you look at the blogs, it's like, oh, reading and meditation. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but what are some other things? We've all kind of got some unique situations outside of our work lives. What are some things that you guys like to do just by yourself? It can be small, anything. Eileen, what do you like to do?
What do I like to do? I love to work out. I love to mentally challenge myself every single day in the gym because it just gives me those endorphins and I just feel so much more happier after, and I just feel so much more productive. Recently, I also did buy an air fryer, you guys, and I am trying so hard to, start cooking, get some recipes together, just to start, developing that skill of cooking, because it hasn't come that easy to me. But yes, working out, cooking. I like to shop. I love shopping. Yes, those would be mine.
Same. So there's definitely a lot of things we can do by ourselves. But how do you guys feel about going out to like restaurants by yourself? Because I've thought about that, and I don't know if I feel comfortable. I've never tried that, but I know there's
Yeah.
people who do that.
So
what
we
do you
talked about it. So we talked about how they say like you should treat yourself, you should take yourself out to the date, you should do these stuff for yourself. But I find it so hard going to a restaurant and sitting by myself. I
Is
think
it the
has a lot
social pressure? You
I
think?
think so in a way, but then
The thing with me, okay, so the thing with me would have to be, I'm a social person, right? So I feed off of others' energies. So I would love to have someone there with me. I would love to be eating, conversating, like I feel like that's what you do when you go out to eat. And I definitely give props to anyone that can get up and be like, hey, you know what? Let me go ahead and go treat myself to a dinner. And they go sit down by themselves. But to me, it's like, okay, if I were to do that, I would probably be wanting to have conversations with the waiter, So it's one of those things.
You would
It's
bother
like,
the
oh, I wanna
waiter
talk
for
to-
sure.
Yeah.
but it's crazy because I'm in Darlene knows this, but I'm a huge foodie. I love
yeah,
trying
she does.
all types of food. I love trying different restaurants. I just love Japanese food is my favorite. So I recently wanted to go to this hot pot like place. It's like a Chinese, and then you like you cook your food. I'm not too sure exactly, but I've been wanting to try it, but I just find it so hard to go by myself.
The way to Miriam's heart
yes.
is definitely ramen, you guys.
I've done it, the going out by yourself to eat, and because I had a lot of apprehension before that I was in the same boat as you, darling. I was like, I don't want to sit there just by myself. But what drove me to it was boredom. It was amazing. I've done it a couple of times. Going to the
Wow.
movies by myself as well. I was apprehensive, but COVID, you're bored. I was so happy that things were opening up. I was just like, I'll go. It's a great experience. You don't have to work. Like it's like, when you're at home by yourself and you're just there, just minding your business. That's how it is. But it's like you're at a restaurant. But like everybody else just phases out. If if you want to spend some time by yourself, everyone else just phases out. It's a great experience. I would definitely recommend. It's not as awkward as you think it will be. It just seems like that because we're used to kind of seeing people,
I will say, I think as women, like if we go out to eat by yourself, and this is just my opinion, or I don't want to get like a table, so I'll sit like at the bar. If but you have guys coming up to you, or you have, people like, hey, you waiting for somebody?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of maybe a little bit of judgment, or we feel like we're judged, but maybe other people don't even care if you by yourself, but you feel like you're being judged. So maybe that's puts a little tension. But I think we all should be able to go ahead and go do things.
I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try to like
It's definitely an us thing. I feel like it's definitely a mental thing, right? It's a mindset. It's this mindset that we get into, and we're like, oh my gosh, everyone around us is literally watching me eat by myself, but it's literally all in your head. And that's one of the things I've been working on, because I am such an overthinker. You have no idea. I'll be falling asleep at night and I'm like, oh my gosh, did I do that report that I was supposed to do? And did I do it right? And did I miss anything? That's me.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. But it is no. I promise you, no one cares. And if anything, if you're out there eating by yourself, they're looking at you like, "Wow, I'm gonna try that."
Yeah.
Okay, so that's our homework, guys. Go out to eat by yourself and try and see how it feels.
and then we come back and we talk about our experience.
Oh wow, that'll be awesome, actually.
Maybe I won't be single after it.
Now if you go to the bar, a lot of fun. Okay, guys, that concludes our episode of today's podcast, How to Be Alone on Valentine's Day and Love It. This has been the MyCHN Podcast, Health Conversations Without Barriers. Join us next time, and thank you guys for watching.
Bye, all.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's.